this hearing because our attorneys have an overwhelming case to make. Our presence in all of these beautiful red shirts sends the message we need to send today. So you're welcome to come in and pack this hearing. There's probably more of us than there is room, which is exactly what we want FSEC to see. So we have a couple people here today who want to say a few words about oil by rail and about why this is such an important issue. I should just say, to begin, that the testimony that has already been filed in front of this commission is overwhelming. It paints a very stark, very clear picture of why this terminal should be turned down. The Department of Natural Resources in the state of Washington has recommended denial of this project. Even before the trial begins, we're winning this fight, and we are going to win. And it's incredibly important for all those rail communities like Mosier along the line that we're here today. So with that, I want to invite a couple folks up to speak. I want to start with Tim, if that's okay.
Good morning. I'm Tim Young, Chairman of the Board of Commissioners at Skamania County Fire District Number 4. That better? Yeah. Thank you. Skamania County Fire District Number 4 serves an area in the Columbia River Gorge that includes portions of the National Scenic Area and extends in the west from the Clark County line to Smith Creek Road in the east. BNSF tracks run through 7 miles of our district near the Columbia River. 5 miles of these tracks are not accessible by fire apparatus. Because of our location and daily Bakken oil train traffic, our district has had a growing concern about Bakken oil train derailments and the subsequent fires. We studied incidents that have occurred in the United States in the years 2013 and 2014. We learned that the minimum number of cars that burned per event was 3 with an average of 11. The recent Mosier fire involved 4 burning rail cars. We learned that the amount of water and Class B foam necessary to put out these fires is not available in our region. The recent Mosier fire taught us that burning cars must also have sufficiently cooled in order for the foam to be applied effectively. We further learned that the strategy of in situ burning, or allowing it to burn in place, is truly the only strategy available at this time. The recent Mosier fire confirmed this limitation. Our research led to the district to adopt a resolution in July of last year, hard to believe we're coming up on a year now, that states in part, whereas the non-intervention tactic of allowing Bakken crude oil fires to burn out on their own presents a clear fire and life safety danger to the residents of the district, this is compounded by difficulty accessing wooded areas near the BNSF tracks, and the region's susceptibility to high winds exposes the district, Skamania County, and the Columbia River Gorge at large to wildland fire risk. And in addition, Skamania County Fire Protection District Number 4 hereby requests that Senators Murray and Cantwell and Representative Burr Butler work immediately with the Pipeline, Hazardous Materials and Safety Administration, National Transportation Safety Board, and the Federal Railroad Administration to stop Bakken oil train traffic through the district, Skamania County, and the Columbia River Gorge at large, while concurrently developing federal legislation requiring that railroads, as a condition of transporting Bakken crude oil through the Columbia River Gorge, establish and demonstrate the capability to provide required hazardous materials response, including fire suppression of Bakken crude oil fires in the Columbia River Gorge. Now, understand this was developed about a year ago. At this time, there's no such legislation being advanced.
Neither was the fire department.
Most recently, in the pre-hearing brief on this particular project, the Washington Department of Natural Resources has stated the following: even the most metropolitan-based, best-equipped departments consider themselves ill-prepared to respond to a crude by rail incident with related explosion and/or fire incident. They further state, state firefighters are not prepared to address additional wildfires associated with transportation with crude oil by rail as part of the proposal. A critical component of preparedness is the ability to address a crude oil fire associated with derailment. As the FSEC survey of fire districts for the proposal shows, few, if any, fire agencies would have the training and resources necessary to respond to a train derailment with subsequent oil fire and spill. Because of the potential for tremendous catastrophic loss associated with shipment of crude by rail and the difficulty in adequately assessing the frequency at which disasters occur, FSEC simply cannot provide adequate assurance in a draft site certification agreement that the safeguards associated with the proposal are technically sufficient for public welfare, protection, or ensure that the location and operation of such facilities will produce minimal adverse effects on the environment. And additionally, accordingly, DNR respectfully submits that the evidence as whole compels conclusion that the application for site certification for the proposal should be denied.
Amen.
Now, the recent Mosier train derailment and subsequent fire affirms that vast quantities of water, and they were flowing up to 1,500 gallons per minute, which is an incredible amount of water to have to deliver, particularly if you're bringing it in by truck. It's just physically not possible on our side of the gorge. Are needed to protect exposures and cool rail cars before foam can be applied. It's work to stop oil by rail immediately.
Yeah.
And finally, to quote Mosier Fire Chief Jim Appleton, who faced this firsthand as the incident commander, oil trains simply must be declared unsafe and thereby banned.